Most people don't actually know what they're eating when they bite into a chicken nugget. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why they all taste the same, what they're really made of, and the part of the process most people never see. Because what you think it is isn't exactly what it is. When you look at a nugget, it feels simple. It looks like a small piece of chicken, coated, fried, and ready to eat. Nothing mysterious, nothing unusual. But that's exactly why it works so well, because the reality behind it is far more engineered than most people expect. And once you understand how nuggets are really made, you'll start to notice something you may never have questioned before. They always taste the same. No matter where you are, no matter when you order them, the texture, the flavor, the experience is almost identical every single time. Most people imagine nuggets start out as whole cuts of chicken, like breast sliced into chunks, dipped in batter and fried. Something simple, something you could easily recreate at home. But that's not how it usually works. Yes, nuggets do start with real chicken, but not in the form most people picture. Instead of whole cuts, the process begins with smaller pieces from different parts of the chicken. During processing, after the main cuts like breast and thighs are removed, there are still usable portions of meat left attached to the bone. These smaller pieces are separated and collected so nothing goes to waste. This meat is completely real and edible, but it doesn't look like the clean, solid pieces people are used to seeing. All of these pieces are then combined and finally processed to create a consistent base. At this stage, the texture changes completely. Instead of distinct pieces of meat, it becomes a smooth, uniform mixture. Not because something artificial is added, but because the goal is to remove variation. Every bite should feel the same, cook the same, and taste the same. And this is where the process becomes less about chicken and more about control. The mixture is carefully blended to achieve a specific balance of protein, moisture, and texture. If it's too dry, it won't hold together. If it's too wet, it won't cook properly. So, everything is adjusted until it behaves exactly the way it needs to. This is what allows nuggets to have that soft, consistent interior instead of the natural variation you'd get from whole muscle meat. At this point, it doesn't resemble chicken in the traditional sense anymore. It's not fibrous or layered like a chicken breast. It's smooth, even, and completely uniform. And that uniformity is the reason nuggets feel the same every single time you bite into them. Because fast food isn't about uniqueness, it's about predictability. The goal is that whether you're eating nuggets today or a month from now in a different city or even a different country, the experience is exactly the same. No surprises, no inconsistencies. Once this mixture is ready, it's shaped into the familiar nugget forms. Those shapes aren't random either. They're designed to cook evenly and to feel recognizable. Even something as simple as shape plays a role in how we experience food, from how it fits in your hand to how it cooks in oil. After shaping, the nuggets are coated, first in a thin batter, then in a layer of breading. This is what creates that golden, crispy exterior. But it's not just about texture. The coating carries a large part of the flavor, from the seasoning to the salt to the final crunch. It's carefully balanced to contrast with the soft interior. But here's something most people don't realize, and this is where it gets even more interesting. Before nuggets ever reach a restaurant, they're already partially cooked. This step locks in their structure, stabilizes the shape, and starts building that texture people expect. After that, they're frozen, stored, transported, and distributed, ready to be finished later. So, when you order chicken nuggets, they're not being made from scratch in that moment. They're being completed, reheated, crisped up, and served. And that's a big reason why they're so consistent, because most of the process has already been controlled long before they reach you. But consistency alone doesn't explain why people enjoy them so much. There's something else going on. It's the texture. The inside is soft and uniform, while the outside is crispy and slightly salty. That contrast is incredibly satisfying, and it's not accidental. It's designed that way. Every element is controlled to deliver the same sensory experience again and again. And when something feels that consistent, your brain starts to recognize it instantly. You know what to expect before you even take a bite. And when those expectations are met perfectly, that's when food becomes really satisfying. So, when people say nuggets are just chicken, that's only part of the story. Yes, they contain chicken, but they're not simple cuts of meat. They're processed, shaped, and optimized for consistency and taste. Not necessarily in a bad way, but definitely in a way that's very different from what most people imagine. Think about it like this. If you tried to make nuggets at home using fresh chicken, they wouldn't taste the same. Even if you followed a recipe perfectly, because what you're missing isn't just ingredients, it's the process, the control, and the precision behind it. That's what makes nuggets so recognizable. It's not just the flavor, it's the consistency, the predictability, the way every bite feels exactly like the last one. So, are chicken nuggets really chicken? Yes, but not in the way most people think. They're not just pieces of meat. They're a carefully designed food product, built to deliver the same taste, the same texture, and the same experience every single time. And once you realize that, it changes the way you look at them, even if it doesn't change how much you enjoy them. Now, I'm curious, knowing all of this, does it actually change anything for you? Or do chicken nuggets still taste just as good as they always have? Because the next time you take a bite, you won't just taste it, you'll understand it.